Hello, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 ACT math questions. For all these problems, I recommend pausing the video first and trying all these problems yourself before you see me solve them. Without wasting any time, let's get into it. Question 20 says, one of the following values for a makes the expression 2a plus 5 over a squared plus 1 undefined. Which one? So for this problem, the thing to realize here is that we have a fraction, right? Numerator, denominator. So if you want the fraction, you want 2a plus 5 over a squared plus 1 to be undefined. The thing to remember here is that we would want to set the denominator equal to 0 because anything over 0, 5 over 0, 6 over 0, 10 over 0, all of these are undefined, right? When the denominator is 0, a fraction is undefined. The value of a fraction is undefined, right? So we want to set the denominator equal to 0. So let's set a squared plus 1 equal to 0. All right. So we're solving for a, right? So a squared, subtract 1, a squared equals -1. And now if we take the square root, you get a equals the square root of -1. Now, if you look at your answer choices here, first, don't get the square root of -1 mixed with -1. It's not h. It's not g either, because the square root of -1 is not -5 over 2, or it's not any real number. The square root of -1 is actually I, which stands for imaginary number. So our answer to 20 is k, which is I. So a equals I. On to question 40, which says the number a is a positive integer greater than 1. The number b is a negative integer. The number ab is. So for this question, my tip is to just plug in numbers for a and, that's a bad a, for a and b. Why? Well, because using numbers is much easier than having to work with variables. So I would always use numbers instead of variables. So it says the number a is a positive integer greater than 1. So let's just make a like 3. Right? Let's make b, it says b is a negative integer. So let's make b a -2. And now it's asking us for the number ab, a raised to the power of b. So that would be 3 raised to the power of -2. And remember, when you have something raised to a negative power, you just take the base and the exponent to the denominator. So this is just 1 over 3 raised to the power of 2. And you're going to get 1 over 9. Now let's see what description 1 over 9, which of these answer choices 1 over 9 matches. 1 over 9 is not 0. 1 over 9 is positive. 1 over 9 is not negative. 1 over 9 is not irrational. And 1 over 9 is not an integer. So 40 is G. On to the next question. There are 2 ways to this question. I'll show you both ways. First, let's use the log way. So for this question, what you could do is you could convert this into logs. And remember, to convert exponents into logs, it's the base raised to the exponent equals your number. This is equivalent to log base your number, which equals your exponent. Exponent logs. So these two are the same thing. So we can convert 2 raised to the power of x equals 7 into logs by writing it as 2x equals 7. This can be rewritten as log 2, 7 equals x. And then this can be rewritten as log 2, 14 equals y. Now it's asking us for x minus y. So x minus y is equivalent to log 2, 7 minus log 2, 14, right? And if you know the log properties, when you're subtracting the same base, it's going to be division. So it's going to be log 2, 7 over 14. X minus y equals that. You get x minus y equals log 2, 1/2. And log 2, 1/2. Well, remember 1/2, 2 raised to the power of negative 1 equals 1/2, right? Which means log 2, 1/2 equals negative 1. So x minus y equals negative 1. The other way to do this problem is to just stick with exponents instead of converting to logs. The thing to realize here is that 2 raised to the power of x over 2 raised to the power of y, this is the same thing as 2 raised to the power of x minus y, right? This is an exponent property. And 2 raised to the power of x over 2 raised to the power of y, that equals 7 over 14, which is 1/2, right? So 2 raised to the power of x minus y equals 1/2. And then you would just realize that 2 raised to the power of negative 1 equals 1/2. And then you would come to the conclusion that x minus y equals negative 1. So this is the other way of doing it. This matches answer choice H. I hope that makes sense, and thank you for watching.